So now that I hit start streaming, are people going to be able to see it right away?
Yeah, the moment we hit stream, it's going to be out there. It's just
Got
30
it.
seconds delayed. So we should be
Okay.
on the air right now if you hit
All
it.
right. Yeah, I clicked start streaming again, so hopefully we are. I'll announce the teams on the right side of the map. So we have on Rise and Grind, Brother Nature on the Mephisto, Last Dispatch on the Dahaka, Eris on Falstad, Life DG on, is that Stukov, I think, and then Azrael Abyss on the Johanna. And then for the right side, do you want to announce them?
Yeah, we got Keenal on the Orphea, Bluestein V2 playing the Anduin, Resto Joe on the Junkrat, Skev 13 on the Mei, and Shusui is playing the Sonya. Bit of a passive level 1 fight so far.
Yep.
Neither side going in too hard. We have Falstad with the auto build, which I think makes sense in this map. You can't stack the Q super well.
Yep, totally agree. We've got Sonya and Falstad in the bottom here, clearing out the lane. Junkrat rotates top to catch the soak that Dahaka cleared. Tongue is missed on the Junkrat. Looking back here at mid lane, nobody has yet gone to their camps, so they'll be a little bit late on the camp time.
It's 9 seconds away, but it's starting to get to that point where, yeah, they're going to be late for sure. They need to be mounting up like 10 seconds ago.
Yep, so camps are up. No one has started the camps just yet. Still,
I think that's a win for Rise and Grind if they're baiting the enemy team into this fight, because they're the worst camp clear.
Yeah, by far. I mean, you know, Junkrat not on the camp. He clears it super fast. Sonya as well. Oh, Sonya looking on the Falstad. Can't quite get it. Misses the spear. Really close one there. Stukov and Mephisto have started the camp. And Anduin and Orphea. Really interesting choices for the heroes to do the camp.
Yeah, that's... Orphea doesn't get her CDR onto the PvE stuff, so she can like burst a wave down very quickly, but she can't do big AoE sustained damage to a camp. So it's going to be pretty slow for them compared to if they just stuck Junkrat over here, or even Sonya.
Yep, totally agree. So both camps
Camp
come out
ends up being
around
the same.
Yeah. Do you see either of these teams, Nyquil, as more macro focused, or are they both going to play for the objective early?
So let's see. Objectives top side first. It's better for Rise and Grind. The blue team has 2 globals, so that immediately gives them an advantage on like soaking the map. Junkrat can kind of start to counteract this a little bit if he gets Ripper Air at 13, but otherwise the rotation speed's just flat out slower on the side of the red team. So I think Rise and Grind are more comfortable just stalling the objective and trying to soak the opposite lane until they get a level advantage. Whereas the red team, they kind of want to make a play for the objective if they can, even though they have very good stall. I mean, I guess if they just match bottom lane, they could try and stall forever with Junkrat, but they have to be careful to not give a 5v5 with the global.
Yeah, I agree. Which team do you think scales better? I actually, I guess maybe this is based on your comments. I think that the blue team scales better with the Johanna, Mephisto, and Falstad.
I'm not sure. I haven't really been thinking about it. I think Mephisto late game is nutty. Junkrat late game is pretty nutty. Otherwise, I'm not seeing any like real obvious late game heavy hitters.
Yeah. So a lot of skirmishing here. No kills so far. No one really threatened except for the Falstad bottom. Looks like neither team is. Looks like red team Dream Beam may be moving to their camp again. Now they've got Junkrat on it, and Falstad has already started the camp on the left side as well.
Yep. Resto Joe just moving over to the siege camp is huge in terms of their speed. Should be like 5 to 10 seconds faster than Eris over here on the blue
Especially
siege.
With a solo
Maybe
Falstad on it. They've got Johanna coming to help out. So red team should have priority on the objective now. Let's see if they move on in.
Also, Sonya just getting big wall damage. Going in aggressive.
That bottom lane value is pretty good. Oh, let me bring up the talents in case folks were interested. Falstad went auto attack build. Mephisto looks like that's W build.
Yeah, that is a W build variant.
Slam build for Sonya. Orphea's leaning into the Chomp build. The Null Camp's getting pressure a bit on the left side of the map, but it didn't get really anything before it met the blue camp and it gets cleared. So that ended up working out better for Rise and Grind.
Yeah, it's a nice defense for Rise and Grind. It is worth noting they don't have anyone in the bottom lane right now. Well, I guess they're sending Falstad in time, so they don't miss
they've
over.
got Dreambeat has about a half-level lead. It looks like Rise and Grind is making a play for the objective. The pustules on Mei. She takes a little bit of poke from Mephisto.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what Eris does here, if he's just going to keep soaking the bottom lane or if they're going to call for him to fly up. So they could get an advantage in numbers on top side, but it's very hard to actually push and get the channel versus the Junkrat.
Falstad and Sonya trading bottom, about even. Falstad maybe winning that matchup a bit. In the mid lane, Mei's running away from a couple of the members of Rise and Grind. And yeah, it's a very passive game so far, as Alterac early game tends to be.
Yep. Blue team poking, moving in a little bit, but they don't quite even begin a channel. Red team just passively defending with the Junkrat grenades.
Yep, Mephisto going in for some damage. Oh, big root by this, not quite sure what that root was from, but Stukov's running away.
Maybe Ender.
Orphea is a little bit in the middle of the team, silenced by the Stukov, but gets out. Yeah, it was probably the Anduin.
Brother Nature goes in for some decent damage on Junkrat, but Resto Joe gets away, and Kinal also gets the escape with the Q-dash.
Rise and Grind is pretty chunked here. I mean, both teams are, actually. Joe has to pop her Unstoppable.
Yeah, especially the front line for the blue team.
Oh,
ooh, the
red
10
team
advantage.
gets 10, and that's a pretty big ice wall.
Yep.
Into the Orphea ult, into the leap, and we get a kill on Johanna and Mephisto, traded out for Orphea, chasing down the Falstad. The spear connects, and Falstad falls as well. 3 kills to 1 for the side of Dream Beam, and they are looking to channel this objective.
A very clean wombo. Just got the ice wall into 2 members, and the rest was history.
Yeah, no, it was the level 10s just kind of snuck up on them there.
It's kind of wild that they got level 10s first and had the advantage versus the team that has 2 globals. Maybe a bit of mismanagement on the macro by Rise and Grind.
It definitely felt like Sonya was getting more value bot lane than Falstad.
Yeah, I'm looking right now, and Sonya actually has top soak in the game, 2k more than Dehaka or Falstad. So possibly just an off laner difference right now.
Yeah, Rise and Grind trying to channel. It's 0.7 seconds, and they almost get it. They're trying again. Can this one connect? It looks like it will.
Ooh, they get the retake.
They get the retake. Falling Sword goes down. Big Durance.
Ooh, the Gust pushed up the rest of the team.
That was...
for the re-engage, and they got a huge one.
Wow.
Big stuns.
Sonya goes down. Mephisto is at 13 health points and goes down. Anduin traded as well. Chaos all over the map.
What a bloodbath.
2 kills to 3. Red team is extremely chunked and has to back. Junkrat and Mei running away. Rise and Grind is alive. They've still got a chance at this first objective.
No clue who was winning that fight the whole time.
It was a very sloppy fight. I agree. It was a little hard to follow, but it looks like Rise and Grind comes out on top with 1 extra kill.
They do. And they actually get the channel, so maybe they can get the first objective here if they get everyone there in time. Mephisto lagging a bit behind on the respawn timer. But now entering the fight. And he's in good position to get some big AoE damage on the back.
Yep. Mei is taking a lot of damage. They can't seem to get the channel, so it looks like oh, and the Falling Sword comes out. Joe's kind of on an island right here. Can she get out? She pops the Unstoppable, but oh, big Mei ult. This could be trouble for them. Big light bomb, but where's the rest of the follow-up?
Weep is being held. I guess they're out of range.
Yeah, no leap, no crushing jaws, no leap. I'm a little confused why not, but Rise and Grind escapes with their lives, and they have a.
It's such a nicely timed light bomb too. It was like perfectly when the ice wall ended. All the setup was there.
Yeah,
that has to be some kind of miscommunication.
I agree. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they were just a little bit too far away.
Either that, or they were like, we have to get out. We have to go defend the lanes. There's like a split call, maybe.
Yeah.
Not 100%.
I'm not sure, but pushing all lanes here. Dehaka top, Stukov and Johanna in the middle, and Mephisto, Falstad get the kill on the Sonya bottom. Dream Beam is rotating to bottom lane. Can they save the fort?
Skev has the Ice Wall. They could look for a pick right now. Stukov. No, they're just gonna back out. Yeah, and they're facing
Joe
the
is
global.
going in there with the falling sword. She condemns. They're slowed. Looks like Anduin just lives. Gets hit with the Falstad Q. May counter engages with the Ice Wall, but it's really more for Peel. Oh, Durance comes out but doesn't connect.
That was a cheeky little attempt. It would have been nice if it worked.
And Rise and Grind is running for their lives. Gus comes out. Orphea does not get hit by Gus. Can she do anything with it?
Yeah, it's a good gust. Ice Wall's down, so there's no way that they can catch him with that. It should be a very free escape.
Yeah, Tyra's
Or
gonna
Rise
get
and
some
Grind.
damage, but no kills.
I'm curious about the bosses. Is either team going to make a play? It looks like for now the camps will probably just end up being traded.
Both teams have pretty good boss control.
Yeah, May is definitely the queen of boss control, and the gust on the other side and the flailing swipes provides
Falling
a
sword,
lot of.
but they have light bomb.
space
They've got
control.
Junkrat boop. I mean, there's just tons of boss control on both sides, so that'll be really interesting if we get a boss fight. Tongue misses
Yeah.
on the Sonya. Rise and Grind does their camp. Dreambeam had already done it, so theirs is a little bit ahead.
Little skirmish from mid lane. Brother Nature looking to clear out the nulls and get some damage on the enemy team. Looks like neither of these camps will end up getting too much done. Both bosses getting ignored for now. Ooh, pull comes out. Save the Junkrat. Nothing too crazy. Looks like we're just getting this passive moment of calm before the next objective starts. Where
Yeah.
I think the blue team will have a level advantage, probably with the level 16, at least briefly.
Yep, the blue team wins the battle of the null camps and takes the mid wall for it, which is pretty big.
Yeah,
Up
really
top.
nice for vision and just being able to control around the area.
Yeah, generally speaking, that mid fort is so important because it gives you the safety and as well as the tap for both sides of the objective.
Yep.
Blue team positioning for boss bot lane, maybe just soaking the lane. Dreambeam coming around, trying to investigate what the team is up to. Dahaka does have the global advantage if a fight breaks out.
Yeah, I don't think either team's going for boss. It's worth noting this is the objective where Junkrat is like super toxic. He just places W on top of the point, which he
Right.
doesn't do. Goes for the escape, I guess. With the,
Oh, they're going in on the Junkrat. Oh, Falling Sword connects.
really
He's
big
1
ice wall to
HP.
save Resto Joe.
Junkrat gets out.
Azrael, this just doesn't quite have enough damage. Nice gust to cancel the Junkrat ultimate there.
The Gus cancels the ult. They reset.
But no objective timer for either side.
No timer. No kills either. 16s for both teams. Camps are up on both sides. Sonya's here in the mid, putting some damage on Joe. Red team is coming in here, looking for a channel. Orphea gets some damage onto the Mephisto. Blinks in. Crushing Jaws on the Mephisto. He walks out with about 10%. Leap comes out. Oh, big Durance coming in. Orphea is in trouble,
Brother
but so
Nature,
is
he's so
Mephisto.
low.
Mephisto goes down. Big light bomb coming out. The Joe Falling Sword saves the Falstad. Just the Mephisto kill now, but lots of people are
And
low.
drag into the fort.
Massive drag
Please
by
stays down.
Dahaka. Takes down the Sonya. And it's a 1-for-1.
But Resto Joe will get the channel and no Mephisto to come in here and wreak havoc on the backline. So I think it's going to be really hard for the blue team to push in here. Limited angles that are great for Junkrat to just continue shelling away and denying entry onto the point. But actually we see the red team backing away, so I guess I'm wrong. Eris will get the counter channel.
Blue team getting a little low here. Johanna is 1 HP. They get the channel. Gus comes out. But I think red team can just step right back in.
Yeah, perhaps just a little over aggressive without the
Tyre connects on the Junkrat.
not enough defensive cooldowns to keep yourself alive.
Yeah, no Gust. Everything else is up. No Tyre on the other side. 22 seconds on the channel.
Yeah, a few good attempts to stall out this channel, but I think with Joe down, there's probably no way.
Yeah.
Granted, Sonya's on the map showing.
Sonya's still not back. Mephisto comes in, gets rooted, takes a lot of HP hit.
Yeah, this defense can't happen. So it's
And
just going to be objective for the Beam Dream Team? Oh my god, what's the name?
Dream Beam, I think.
Dream Beam, there you
Interestingly
go.
enough, they get off of camp and then the Dream Beam gets on the camp, and then they get off of it. So nobody takes the camp. I think they were scared of the
Yep.
invade.
Ooh, they're clumping for Mephisto. Gives them a lot of damage and resets. Overall, this is an important moment for them to take back some momentum because they're down the structures at the moment. But this should give them a nice opportunity to push.
Yeah,
Get
they
a fort or
should be
two.
able to take at least one fort, and they're prioritizing the top one now.
Skev's so aggressive in top lane looking for the Falstad. Doesn't quite manage to get anything.
4 on 2 now. Mephisto and Joe rotating as well, so 4 on 4. Sonya solo pushing bottom lane. We'll maybe get some good value there. Dahaka cleared out mid.
Yeah, at this rate, I think Sonya's definitely getting the bot fort and top. Top's already dead at this point. Just needs a few more little tickles. And there it falls.
So it looks like we will see the top fort fall. Bottom is getting quite low. Dahaka can't really do much into the Sonya.
Yeah, my question is, can Falstad just fly on this and get the kill? But I think it might be a little bit late.
Here he comes.
Yeah, just
But
not quite there in
Dahaka
time.
not on the same page, and they back away.
Yeah, if you got like the backwards gust a little bit earlier, maybe. Ice
Big
Wall comes
Ice
out on
Wall.
Dahaka. It's not a target they can really kill though.
Leap
As we
misses.
see.
Oh, big Durance. Oh,
Big
the
Durance.
counter light bomb.
hits 3. Holy crap! Boosting going in, but the gust
Johanna-
will save everybody.
Yeah, it was a good gust and a good falling sword for disengage.
Yeah, big time ult trade with no one dying. Bosses are up.
Yeah, both of these comps have really, really flashy ultimate abilities that really make the team fights very interesting.
Yeah, and with the
Did I
Joe
change-
falling sword,
I
it's
changed the
interesting
vision,
'cause-
so I just put
Yeah.
it back to all. I had it on blue vision there for a bit. Blue just gets
Gotcha.
their camp, and it looks like that red is just trying to decide if they want to do their camp. Looks like they might think it's too late, and they're just going to defend first. Blue is kind of positioning bot lane. Not starting the boss yet.
Yeah, the gust has been really critical in a lot of these fights, just allowing the blue team to reset without taking any losses. Falling Sword also, just as like a wombo counter ult, has a lot of potential here. I think it's often been like used at the same time as Gust or just used aggressively, so it hasn't fully lived up to that potential, but maybe
Yep.
later
Well,
on with the ult upgrade at 20, we could see some really good defense of Falling Swords.
Yeah, speaking of 20, Rise and Grind is about to get it.
Yeah, so red team pretty much just has to back off. Look at this Orpheus so aggressively positioned in the bottom lane
Yeah,
against two globals.
trying to get that 20, but I agree, that could be punished. It looks like both teams will make it to 20. No camps are cleared out. Red team positioned...
Cannonball.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, I'm just looking at these level 20s.
Cannonball for Junkrat.
Yeah, Ice Wall, Composite Spear. Composite Spear is a fun one. Lets him reach that backline a little bit easier on Sonya.
Falstad took... is that Epic Mount?
Oh, no, that's actually Nexus Frenzy. That's the auto
Nexus
attack.
Frenzy? Oh, gosh. Alright,
That's
so
a-
no
that's a surprise.
wind tunnel. No wind tunnel. Johanna does take the ult upgrade. Some
Yeah,
poke
Falling
coming
Sword
out.
upgrade.
Oh, Falling Sword engage. Comes out. Doesn't really hit anyone.
I think Azrael really wants to save that for the counter engage if possible.
Yeah, I
get a
think he's
lot of
hoping to get the
value,
CDR, but it's still on 30 seconds.
Like, you see Sonya leap in and you just press R in that, that's huge value, huge resets on the
Yep.
cooldown as well.
Tyre comes out. I don't think it's going to do too much.
Yeah, it's also not a tire reset, it's the Q talent.
Dream
You
Beam
oughta-
gets the channel. Mephisto gets chunked down, trying to stall. Falling
Yeah,
Sword
this
back
is a-
up. Every ult except Tyre up.
It's a
Falling
tough choke point
Oh,
for the
big
blue
Falling
team.
Sword. Big Falling Sword. Falstad comes in, gets the kill on Orphea and Junkrat. Falstad will fall for his efforts.
Falstad's traded out, but I don't think it's enough compensation for the red team here. They're just cleanly down, and maybe a drag could make it even worse. But
Anduin
the
pull
pull
comes
will-
out. Kind of surprised it wasn't used on the earlier targets.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look, but it does seem like with 2 charges, maybe you'd be able to get someone out there. Ooh, Sui, or Shusui going into the backline looking for some kills.
Yeah, it was a nice
Aggressively playing
spear.
3v4.
Nice spear, but couldn't do much with it. The Johanna playing very aggressive. Rise and Grind able to get the channel off. And now they're playing the stall game. Now, the two members of Dream Beam will be up with about 20 or so seconds to maybe get here and stall. Sonya's clearing out mid and looking to get pressure on the mid lane here, which is not being defended by blue team.
Yeah, I wish we saw Dehaka maybe running away from it to catch a wave or two in the middle of this, but
It definitely would help
Just-
with lane pressure.
he has the Z to come back. But
Oh,
either way,
Ice Wall comes out on the
Ice
Mephisto.
Wall.
Is he
he's
going to
gonna
go
to the
backwards?
shade though. He goes back to the
Yep,
shade.
yep. Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
The channel with 9 seconds, but the red team is all here ready to go and
Ooh,
full on
big
engage.
falling sword, big Durance comes in. They got the channel back. Sonya and Dahaka both low. Dahaka running for his life. Gus comes out.
More ults remaining on the side of the red team. They could go for like a weep and a crushing jaws, but they're just too far out of range. They don't see the opportunity. But actually,
Going
falling
for
sword
the
back up.
channel. Yeah, falling sword is back up. Maybe Johanna is still busted.
Yeah, Joe's got to be careful to not clump up with
Oh,
team.
Dahaka taking damage. Johanna going in for the very aggressive leap, comes out on the other side.
Big
Sonya
tire,
does
but
fall
Sonya's
for being
nice.
too aggressive, but Stukov's traded out 1-for-1. Dahaka very low. Orphea gets the kill
Oof.
on Dahaka. Durance comes out, big Durance. Pole comes out to save the Orphea. Falstad
It's
trying to
just in the
finish the job.
backline.
Big light bomb takes down the Falstad. Well, that was a heck of a fight.
rolled into the back line.
Mephisto, 58 hit points, runs away. Is he going to die to creep? No, he won't.
Oh my
Is he
God,
going to
the
die to
Look at
Junkrat? Oh no! I don't know about that one.
There's no way.
I think he needed to
Oh.
sidestep. I think that was Kiss of Death going in with the E there.
It looked good for a second there for the blue team, but I think the falling sword were just too aggressive. They don't have to use it to go in there with less ults.
Yep.
Especially
totally
when it just
agree.
provides such a easy answer to the leap. Really good counter engage.
Yeah, and Dream Beam will take the objective. They're already pushing this top keep down. Johanna coming in to try to deep push. Gets some pretty good chunk on the Junkrat. Falling sword up again in 34. I think best case here for blue team is maybe one keep alive.
Yeah,
I think this is
Rising Grind
endable.
maybe could hold a keep.
I think this is
Bottom lane is
endable.
going to take a while.
With a couple kills, I think this is endable.
It's possible. I think they got to win a fight though. Mephisto now coming back. All 5 ultimates up for the blue team in a few seconds.
Double root.
Mid keep looks defended. I mean, bottom
There.
they have plenty of time.
Yeah, they're walking bottom. They may actually come ahead with 2 keeps here. They did not take mid, and now the whole of Rise and Grind can defend bottom keep. So they may
Still some
just
like
get
Ice Wall Wombo opportunities here.
yeah. Let's see.
Can Skev make the big play? Or are they just going to slow siege it? I think slow sieging is acceptable here.
I think I would have liked to see them stay mid when this wave came in and force
Yeah.
the blue team to choose. They kind of let them defend one lane at a time, and
Yeah, I
as
like
a
that.
result, didn't get either keep.
I agree.
Rise and Grind on their null camp, and it looks like Dream Beam trying to decide, do we make a boss play, do we go for camp? Looks like they've chosen camp. Because Rise and Grind is ahead on the camp, I like this move to position for boss. Maybe they can catch someone checking. They're not really committing to it though, they're just checking boss, I think.
Yeah, I think both sides know what's up. Dehak has plenty of bush angles around this to come in, so he's soaking the opposite lane. And blue team backs off.
Blue team backs off. In the mid lane,
Do Dream Beam have an opportunity to boss like top side here?
Dream Beam's getting mid priority with the null camp. Let's see how they use it. Johanna burns
This-
Falling Sword. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Seems a little
Azrael, I love
premature.
you, but the trigger finger is a little too happy here today, I think.
It's the CDR, man. He wants to get as many as he can.
I think he would get more CDR just like on top of his own team.
Oh, for sure.
Sitting like 3 people now, right?
Yep.
So you got it's now like you have to hit 3 allies and 3 enemies for max or something.
Something
They
like
changed the
that.
math today. If
Something-
you're used to old Falling Sword level 20, it's different now.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I feel like Rise and Grind needs to make a play here. Their lanes are pushed. Dream Beam
Certainly
can
the
play the
counter
waiting
pressure is
game.
bad. Counter pressure top's annoying, but it's not like it ends on its own. Especially with 2 keeps remaining.
Mephisto goes in, gets some damage.
Dig onto the top side of the fight, but he gets rooted.
Stukov swipe comes out for disengage.
This little play on the bush up here.
Falling
Sonya
Sword
actually
goes,
getting chunked.
doesn't really connect. Mei uses her D to save the stun. Johanna taking a lot of damage, burns Falling Sword, and then her trait.
I'm not sure if your camera cut it, but on the top side of the fight, Sonya got absolutely chunked. She has to back off.
I did
False
not
side just
catch
burned
it.
the health
Oh,
bar.
big Durance comes in.
They have a 5
Gust
Gust
comes in.
backwards into the team.
Not a 20
They go for
gust,
the
but
play.
it's a big gust. Gets 2 kills on the Anduin and Orphea. Falstad does die for the gust play.
But now Sonya with max HP coming
Sonya's
into
back.
the fight. Actually just gets CC'd to death,
Big
maybe?
tongue by Dahaka almost kills Sonya, and there was an unstoppable over him.
Oh my gosh.
Can Red Team continue to defend this? Junkrat
Huge
is
drag.
1 HP, but so is Dahaka. Mephisto
Oh
both go
my
down.
God.
Incredible.
I think Dahaka stood on top of the Junkrat level 7 mines or something.
Yeah, they were both like 1 HP and fall at
Oh.
the same time.
That hurts. That hurts to see Junkrat live there, but well played by Resto Joe.
Junkrat is, I think, going to back. Johanna going
He's
in.
still going in! Azra, you're crazy.
I don't think Stukov Johanna wins this.
But the question is, how much time can they buy on this Falstad death timer?
Yep, right.
So far, quite a bit. But now
I
they've
mean,
given up.
I think everybody probably needs to reset at this point. Maybe they try to save mid keep as well, and then look for a fight with everybody up.
Yeah, I think the way the math works out, with like 10 seconds of rotation or so, Dehaka and Mephisto can both show up to this objective with like 10 seconds left on the timer. Maybe they get a really favorable fight and they get the counter channel, but it's looking rough. And this objective, I think, is almost certainly game.
Oh, it's definitely game if Dreambeam gets it.
It's
Yeah.
looking pretty like game.
Yep, and
They
they
gotta find
really
the
got to
play.
push him off. I think they need to use Gus to disengage and try to channel because they're almost out of time here.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds. They could look to
Oh,
fight. They're just going for the passive channel
I
right
am
now.
shocked
They just
that Dreambeam did not pressure that harder. That seems
Yeah,
to be
with
a
the
mistake to
Junkrat.
me.
like it's hard for the blue team to like walk up against like a Mei who just places down Blizzard under.
Big Johanna unstoppable goes in. Oh,
Another
the Durance
Gust attempt
comes
on the
out.
same angle.
Oh, but wait, the Orphea ult comes out, but she dies actually. Mephisto's very low.
Eris does go
Falstad
down.
falls
on
as
Falstad.
well. It's a 2-for-1 right now. Blue's on the retreat, but does have one more member. Mephisto's very low. Junkrat boop on the Dahaka. Swipe comes out.
The Caterpillar
Johanna going in again onto the mud.
Holy. Channel
Blue-
comes through.
Blue
48
team is,
seconds.
I worry about
Is
their.
this
Yep,
channel moved by Sonya?
I was just gonna say this.
my God.
I was very worried about how low they were, and Mephisto dies on the E. Sonya comes in. I think Blue is in big trouble here.
Yeah, I think the whole front line's going down.
Oh yeah,
Just Life DG left.
yeah. No, they
Oof.
pushed their advantage a little too much and were spread too thin there. And that I think is going to be game once they can either just go for core. Yeah, they just go for core here. They don't even.
Yeah,
need
Core's
to channel,
almost already dead. to
even with
Catus.
just 3 alive.
Oh my
Already,
gosh,
well,
a messy game.
entertaining to
Crazy
say the
fights.
least. After a very,
Oh, yeah.
very passive first 10 levels, as soon as the ults came out, almost immediately, we saw the ice wall, and then from then on, it was just a bloodbath of ults, constantly being used left and right. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
highlight of the game for me was probably just Mei and Sonya's play in the front line, getting the engages with the ice wall and the leap.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. So,
But a lot of very fun false side attempts to just dive like a madman, go for the gust, and worked out half the time. Often got them like a 1 for 2, but then all of Rise and Grind would be low. Wild game number 1 on Alterac.
Yeah, totally agree. Any thoughts on kind of the outcomes and what were the key factors?
Um, Key factors. I mean, I'm a little biased. I'm looking at this whole thing through Rise and Grind's perspective, and I see a lot of wasted potential in Falling Sword and a lot of wasted potential in the globals to just control the map and maybe not get outsoaked by a Sonya that doesn't
Hmm.
have the Z. Um, I mean, it was clean combos on the side of the red team. They're just clearly feeling themselves, piling on the ults for the most part. There's that one hiccup where they kind of just like didn't fire off half their ults, but otherwise, I mean, the team fights they were just looking good. A lot of the times, if their engages went wrong, it was just like a gust canceled everything out.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think I think I in a couple of moments on both sides they would burn a bunch of their cooldowns. Maybe they seemed like they were winning, but then they just kept pushing. And I think just not
Yeah,
respecting that the other team could make that turn. It happened on both sides of the equation, but I think ultimately it one too many times for Rise and Grind there.
yeah. I would think with ults down, like Mephisto Falstad Johanna is supposed to be maybe not Johanna, but like Mephisto Falstad should be very good in that circumstance. I think just like shredding away with the Mephisto basic abilities. On the other hand, Junkrat also just provides a lot of pressure in those situations. I don't know. You are right though. We had a lot of like all ults get fired and then both teams continue to clash anyway.
Yeah, no, it was quite interesting because Rise and Grind in that last fight they had 4 alive to 3, but everybody was low. And
Yeah.
I think Mephisto ease in, gets popped, and then the chase is on, and really really unfortunate. I think if Joe used the falling sword to heal the team up a little bit more, right? I think maybe the things could have turned out differently.
Yeah, I was dying to see some defensive healing falling swords, no doubt. I think the way he played it, essentially, you should be going blessed shield in that circumstance because he just used it as an engage every time. And if you want that on Johanna, you should just take like the 1.5 second stun at range, not falling sword.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
Like if you have like light bomb or something to make the dive work with the falling sword, then sure, you can use it as an engage. Or if your team is like diving alongside it, you have like a melee assassin you're going in with the falling sword unstoppable. There's ways to make it work as an engage, but definitely there it's like an AoE unstoppable tool that they just didn't use to counter a wombo here.
Yeah,
It
no, I
had a
agree.
lot of potential.
I agree. I agree. Very surprising Falstad didn't go 20 gust as well. You have to think that could have made the difference.
Yeah, chat wants you to show the talents, I think.
Yep, yeah, we're on a 30-second delay, but they should be up shortly
Okay,
for the. Looks like they just came up on the stream, and yeah,
gotcha.
just looking at that 20 gust, I don't think I've ever seen that talent picked by Falstad. Usually it's Epic Mount, right?
Yeah, it is. Well, no, it's usually the gust
Well,
upgrade.
if you don't take Wind Tunnel, I
Yeah,
think I've
yeah,
seen
you're
it
right.
for Epic Mount for Split Push, but I didn't even know what that talent did because I've never seen it before.
Yeah,
Uh,
Epic Mount has a lot of potential on this game on Alterac. The Gust does as well. Nexus Frenzy is a very just like aggressive passive. What am I trying to say? It's a very aggressive talent that just gives you like a passive damage buff
yeah,
and makes it a
it
little
did.
bit safer to play from range and poke people.
He did go auto build at 1, so it synergizes with that.
Yeah, it's like good with the Giant Killer at 13. You can try and just burn down this May, but it doesn't quite lack the bursty punch that a constant Gust provides.
Yeah, I agree. Is the lobby up, by the way? I'm still on the
I
Discord
just
stream.
got invited, like as you mentioned that.
Okay. All right.
So I
Well,
will get you the invite.
yeah, we'll get to the lobby in a moment here.
Actually, if I could just run away from the PC for 1 minute, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool.
So, map number 1 goes over to Dream Beam, and we're just going to do some updates here. And the map selected for game number 2 is Infernal Shrines. and it was selected by, I will confirm. I think it was selected by Dreambeam, and it was. So they have map picked twice in a row. And we are going to Infernal Shrines next. And yet, not a problem at all to stream the cast, everybody. This is actually my first attempt at doing streaming. I'd love to do it a little bit more for NGS games, as I play myself in Div A, and I really love the community. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're enjoying the cast and want to see more NGS casts in the future, please hit that follow button to support the stream. And yeah, I really appreciate
comment,
everybody
and
being
subscribe.
here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't have my social media up yet, but maybe in the future. But yeah,
Smash
really
the subscribe button.
smash the subscribe button. Oh, please do. I would love to get some subscriptions, but definitely follow. And would love to see you back for more casts in the future. But we still got a good one here, 1-0 to Dreambeam. And I'll be honest, after the first 10 or 15 levels, I thought Rise and Grind looked stronger. But in the late game, Dreambeam really started to show their dominance.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like Dreambeam played a relatively clean game in terms of the fights. I'm excited to see Infernal Shrines because I think a lot of what they just did with like the Mei Junkrat could work here. All this big AoE control kind of heroes. Same Wombo style could also work. So it's really the pressures on Rise and Grind to adjust either the draft or the play and come up with a response.
Totally agree. Totally agree. All right, I think they're ready. So I'm gonna say caster's ready if you are.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, cool.
Infernal Shrines.
Alrighty. And we are into game number 2 between Rise and Grind and Dreambeam. Dreambeam leading 1-0 so far. Do we see the Johanna ban come out? That'll be an interesting one. But like you said, maybe didn't play it the way everybody would. Any other bans changes you expect to see here based on match 1?
I don't know. I don't know that there's like one big hero that was a problem that if I'm on the side of Rise and Grind, I'm like, this needs to be banned out. I think there was just like issues in terms of how the game was played. But I think if anything, maybe the Junkrat ban.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's really good on the shrine to control all the entrances and exits to the objective. Also, just AOE.
Yep.
Auto attacks on the shrine clears it very well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, they probably banned the Asmo if they didn't want it on the other map. I mean, I have to imagine they banned it here.
Yeah.
But they did ban the Diablo Brightwing, which I believe were the same as the last time.
Yeah, it looks the same. That is a Junkrat.
There's the Junkrat ban, to your point.
The huge call out by unretired caster Nyquil.
Don't call it a comeback.
So Azmodan is let through is the consequence that you were bringing up.
Yep. Do they take the Johanna first pick again?
I imagine they might, because it's still like, I think it's still a high priority hero. It's definitely something Azrael has enjoyed playing in the past. At least it is a comfort, I would say, from what I remember.
Yeah, it's very strong. I have to imagine Rhaegar or Joe here, but we'll see.
It is Joe.
It's just a little too early to say that the meta shifted, but maybe it has. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't remember what Keenal played last game. I think it was the Orphea. I'd love to see the Keenal Hanzo, because I know that boy can just shred it on the Hanzo boy. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me.
Hanzo would be very interesting. I agree.
Yeah, not necessarily something you would want to lock in that 1-2, but I think there's a lot of potential with the Dragon Strike to just control giant zones of this map. Just like an overall strong hero, if you know how to play it.
Yep, totally agree.
Sonya gets stolen away.
And chat, I just plugged in my headset. Let me know if the audio gets affected in any way on the mic. Tychus is a change up. Very good on the shrine with Odin.
Yeah, it's nice, just long range, very safe damage onto the objective. Also good for either pushing or de-pushing with objective if the timing works out that way. It's like a tank burn hero, so it could potentially pose a big threat to Mei if she's not careful about saving that blind for the minigun. Or otherwise forcing Tychus to move with the Blizzard.
Yep. Totally agree.
I'm going to just call out right now, I had one season of NGS where I was a Mei one trick. I think 2 seasons ago.
Okay, I used to
And-
play Mei a lot myself. I think the first
Yeah, she had a patch where she was really good.
first
like
season or
maybe
two she
Circle.
came out, I was definitely playing her a lot. And then she got buffed
Anyway.
too, yeah.
Thing I'm coming around to is Ice Wall. It's like a good lockdown ult. That's definitely like the way you want to use it if you can. But also, you can just use it to like block off a shrine exit or entrance. If you're against a non-mobility hero, there's no Anduin on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of just like block off their escape, and it's shockingly effective.
Yeah,
You're
like
not even locking them down, but you're just making like a big Tastar wall
it's
for
a
several
Tassadar
seconds.
wall. Yeah, yeah. No, totally agree. I like Mei a lot. I think where she struggles is against high mobility. The other team doesn't
Yeah.
really have it yet.
No, I mean Joe can ignore.
Ooh, the
Ooh.
Rhaegar coming in as last pick. Who would have thought
Mother
that
Nature.
yesterday?
Dude, I tell you, the reason I come back and always love to cast Rise and Grind from time to time is Brother Nature just always hits you with the spicy mages, and it just like exudes that confidence, the spice, the like this Kel'Thuzad Mephisto stuff. This is like where he shines, where he loves to be at. So we're gonna see if he pops off or not.
Yep. I like the Kael'thas, the pick for Shrine Control. Cassie is interesting. She got some auto attack buffs, so interesting to see if she goes that build. Diva is also
Yeah.
nice for Shrine Control.
Like,
I'm
does
a-
Cassia just make Tychus' life hell here? Does Tychus never get damage with minigun this whole game?
Yeah,
The
she
two
just
blanks?
presses W every time it's up.
It doesn't affect the Odin more or less because she can't really get in range effectively. But while Tychus is not ulting, I mean, it's hard for him to do anything into this.
Yeah, so I think that minigun. Sorry, what was I going to say? Kel'Thuzad doesn't really have a lot of threats in this game. I mean, he's got a Diva can dive, but Kael'thas Cassia doesn't really put a lot of pressure. Neither does Mei. So they have a lot of tools with Anduin and mostly Anduin to kind of get out of the KT combos. But I'd like to see Diva go bunny hop here because I've played Kel'Thuzad and I've seen bunny hop make my life miserable. So
Interesting.
I think that is the correct pick for Diva here. But I know Micro Missiles is more popular.
Yeah, I don't know that I am like 100% on the same page, but I will say, in terms of what can threaten Kel'Thuzad, Ice Wall dead. That's how it happens. If he's locked down in that Ice Wall and the Blizzard gets confirmed as a result, basically nothing is going to save him at that point. Like, you can cleanse an Ancestral, and maybe, but even just the lockdown is probably going to give you... Right, like the lockdown to the Ice Wall is just going to give you enough time to get the kill.
Totally agree. So, game number 2, Infernal Shrines. We have Eris on the Tychus, Last Dispatch on the Sonya, Brother Nature on the Kel'Thuzad, Azrael Abyss on the Johanna, and Life DG on the Rhaegar.
Life DG. I think they go with Life DG normally.
DG. And you want to announce the red team?
Yeah, we got Skev13 playing the Mei, of course. We got Bluestein V2 playing the Anduin, getting that root there in Last Dispatch. Resto Joe moving over to the Kael'thas this game. Shusui, whose name I've failed to pronounce several times this cast, is playing the Diva. And of course, Quinoa is playing the Cassia in the bottom lane here.
Is that how you say his name, Quinoa?
I've always called Hinal Quinoa. And anyone who doesn't is kidding themselves. Back to you.
Any surprising level 1 talents? Globes for Johanna. That's a change.
Yeah, Globes is different. I mean, I guess it's not like a huge auto attack focused team that they're playing into, but I mean, we'll have to see. It's definitely up to Joe to like get the fast rotates, keep getting these globes pumping to get the talent going.
I agree. Rise and Grind ahead on the camp, so going to contest bot camp. Will Dream Beam give it to them? Looks like they will.
Yeah, it's a nice advantage and a lot of globes for Joe at the same time.
KTZ getting, I think, just 2 stacks there. The root doesn't connect. He's sitting at
Master
4.
the Cold Dark at 4.
Yeah.
As far as level 1s that surprised me, yeah, the Laws of Hope stands out. For some reason, my Diva level 1 isn't showing up.
The
May
May
just
goes
gets taken
down.
out.
Yeah, she uses her trait and gets comboed in the Kel'Thuzad. Can't quite get out of the damage and falls.
Yeah, that's a problem if she has to use her trait before Kel'Thuzad presses the buttons.
Yep. And Rise and Grind getting some nice wall damage here early. Bomb on the Johanna.
I don't know why my Diva talents aren't showing up on Aliops, but it's
Mine are
Full
not.
Metal Rush Bumper.
Yeah, mine are not either. I don't know why that's not.
I think she might be bugged with Aliops a little bit for some reason. Ooh, Azrael Abyss taking serious
Very
damage on the
low.
top side of this fight.
Oh, the good slide by the May and Anduin together take down the Johanna.
Yeah, it's a nice icing. Bluestein knowing their limits going in. Just about exactly as far as they could while still getting away from Tychus.
Yep. Some
Good play by the Anduin.
mid soak here, just caught by the Tychus. We'll see if either team does their bruiser camp. Looks like Sonya wants to do so. Get some top lane pressure for this objective, but blue team will be late, but red team may be even later because they've just started their camp as well.
Yeah, I'm noticing Cassie has 19 stacks. I think that's pretty good for pre-first objective.
I think it is, and we didn't see the auto attack build here, even though it got buffed,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
I think there's
Tychus
still
is in the rhythm, by the way, at level
Ooh.
4.
Okay, I guess that's like to outlast the May blind and the Cassia blind is the idea.
I like it. I don't hate it.
I think the attack speed in Odin's probably worth taking Master
Yeah,
Assassin
yeah,
here.
yeah. It's
'Cause
for the
Odin's
Odin.
where like the real relevant damage is happening.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
But
I don't really
it's
like-
interesting as like an anti-blind talent, I guess.
I don't really like in the rhythm if you take grenade build. I think you need to fully commit to it with dash or the range.
Probably. Mortar
An
Punisher gets
easy-
picked up pretty easily.
Easy objective for Rise and Grind. Red team doesn't really even contest. Instead wants to
What was
push
the
with their
pressure on the top
camp.
side? Yeah,
Yep.
they get a wall.
We'll
at
see who
least.
gets more value. Blue team here pushing with the Punisher. Jumps on May. She takes the jump. Only Cassia here to clear. I think this fort's gonna
Are
go
they
down.
pushing with 3 topside?
Yeah, they are,
They're not even going to get the fort though, right?
and they're backing. So
This is a bad trade for Dream Beam.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And now we could see some folks in trouble. Cassia looks like she will escape. I would have liked to have seen them commit a little bit harder if they were going to go top, either with 3 or 4. But they just kind of walked away, and they got the wall. But like you said, it wasn't a worth trade. The wall and half the fort for a full fort.
Yeah, I think if they're resigned to losing the first objective, they can just leave Diva with the camp up there. And just have everyone else back the moment the Punisher comes out. Or try and be there in time to defend once the Punisher comes out.
Yeah, totally agree. So Rise and Grind gets the bottom camp. Definitely scary to see them do so well with KTZ only at 10 stacks. You don't want to be losing to a pre-10 Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah, that's also probably part of the reason why they didn't want to fight that first objective. Just not stacking the buoy.
Maybe.
On the other hand,
that
it's
could be
good
an
for Cassia.
right.
She also wants to stack.
But maybe that is the idea. Get to 20, Kel'Thuzad's still not stacked, and then you win a fight. Maybe. That's an interesting idea. As long as you can stay even on soak, which they are.
Yeah, at the very least, if they can get a few level 10 fights before Kel'Thuzad gets that full 30 stacks,
Rise
that's
and Grind.
already enough of an advantage, probably.
Yeah, totally agree. Rise and Grind goes on the Diva, but she scoots out. Pushing in the mid priority here.
Level 10 comes first for the Dream Beam meme team. Weem. They have Ice Wall and Light Bomb so far, which is part of their combo from the first game. Redo? What's the word I'm looking for? The sequel?
Sequel.
I can't think of the word.
Redux, maybe?
Redux, that's probably, yeah.
Is that a word?
Is that how
I
you
think it's
pronounce
a
it?
word. Maybe it's French? I don't know.
Dude, the French, their letters, I never understand. It never makes sense.
D.Va pushing top lane in a bit more, but gonna back out. Has a bomb. Obviously doesn't want to use it here. Cassia clearing bot side. About even in soak. I mean, Dream Beam's not that far behind right now. They're definitely behind, but it's not that far. They ahead on XP, so you love to see that.
Last Brother Nature combo, I think he forgot to send out the chain. Could have maybe been a double-double. D.Va just aggressively getting...
Ooh, big combo there. Doesn't get the root, though. 2 stacks for Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah,
D.Va
2 more, so he's...
2v1ing top. Has to burn bomb.
Ooh,
Can
bomb
she
being forced is
survive?
really nice. That's so nice for Rise and Grind.
That's really nice for the next objective, which is probably going to time out pretty soon. And she likely won't have it up, at least for the start. Ice Wall comes out, does not connect. KTZ ult comes as well. Everybody whiffs and stands in their corners.
So Ice Wall is down for the first 35 seconds of objective. No D.Va bomb. It's looking favorable for the blue team. They're not fully stacked on Kel'Thuzad, but the Ice Spike being up already gives them some serious pick potential here. Like, you just pull someone onto the Ice Spike, drop that minigun. Could be a kill.
Yep, agree.
Falling Sword the counter engage. Probably not going to happen here, but it would be nice.
D.Va chunked a bit in the mid lane. I think blue camp is a little bit ahead of red camp. We'll see who clears it out first. D.Va looking to flank with...
Ooh, Condemn catches the...
She does go the bunny hop, by the way, but is going in to flank by herself with half health and dies for it.
Yeah, really unfortunate booster's timing. Got caught by the Condemned. Nicely done by Azrael Abyss. Just leads to that kill.
And we see Rise and Grind start up the objective here. And it looks like Dream Beam is going to push a different lane, which is definitely, I think, the correct play here.
Yep, we got
Let's see how much damage
potentially a
they do.
big rotate out from the blue team to try and start to respond to all of this.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them push bottom lane, because they don't have a fort bottom lane, and it's also harder for blue team to respond.
Ooh, the chain!
Meg takes the 40 spell armor, which she took at level 4, and gets out.
Still had
Cassia
that
getting the wall bottom.
freeze.
Not the whole wall, but a bit of wall damage there.
It's called Cryo Freeze? Is that the mage rate?
Your world is
Yep.
upside down.
I always say Ice Block and then I like... don't
Well,
wanna
Cryo
be-
Freeze
Ooh,
is the name of
Cryo-
the... Oh, actually, I don't know, but yeah, the Talon is called Crystallize that she took to upgrade
Okay.
the spell armor.
Pyroblast does not kill Brother Nature because he's at full health. Doesn't lead to a kill. Arcane Punisher's just kind of split pushing right now. It's just kind of chilling.
Yep, no one there to jump it, taking down the wall.
Is May gonna jump it outside?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh no. Skev. ¿Por qué? Shusui gets chained
D.Va
to the Ice
peeling,
Spike.
but gets chained for it. Doesn't use bomb. Can she live and get back in mech?
Brother
looks
Nature taking
like
big damage here.
Ooh, the Ancestral doesn't come in time. And
Nasty.
I think, I couldn't tell if Tychus got that kill or maybe just the fort.
Tychus is the allied.
No, it wouldn't have been Tychus
So it's
then,
definitely
yeah.
not-
So it was probably fort aggro.
Yeah, I think it was Fort aggro plus just like mages using spells.
Yeah, I think Tychus got the kill on the mech. That's why I saw his name up there.
Yeah.
So blue team invading the camp here bottom.
Yeah, it was a nice nice combo by Kel'Thuzad, but just overstayed a little bit.
Yeah.
And it
TT
allows for an easier
combo.
defense to Punisher.
On the Joe, she burns her trait. I mean, I'm pretty shocked that they didn't lose the fort top. I would not
Yeah.
have guessed that.
I think it mostly did come down to that Kel'Thuzad death. Allowed them to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
it. And D.Va's actually going to get the trade.
Almost.
Not the trade, but
almost
gets
it.
the fort. Almost evens up the
Rise and
structure
Grind takes
situation.
the bottom or the left easy camp, and Dream Beam is on the bottom easy camp.
I'm just noticing Kel'Thuzad went for the anti-shield tech at 4. I guess it's like a May Anduin counter. I don't know.
That I mean, it's pretty good into May. I don't hate it.
There's
May,
actually
but-
several like random shields, like D.Va could get a shield. Kael'thas has a shield. Mei definitely has one. Light Bomb has one. So I guess it gets like random value throughout the game.
Johanna going in with the Condemn. KT Ice Wall misses. The micro or the bunny hop on the Kel'Thuzad doesn't hit a stun. Diva Mech burned, and everybody runs away.
Yeah, the two-man dive onto full HP Kel'Thuzad, it gets him pretty low, but they just can't keep him in place long enough for the ball lightning to finish the job.
Yeah, I think if the bunny hop connected the stun on Kel'Thuzad before it died, I think maybe Kel'Thuzad dies there, but
yeah, if he was out a bit farther, it's possible. Yeah. They just get that kill.
Rise and Grind on their hearts. Dreambeam decides not to do theirs. Now they're looking to start it. Maybe. Maybe
Diva
not.
does seem to have the bomb built up, yes.
I think they're afraid of an invade, so they're going to pass on starting it. Try to defend this fort.
Yeah, red team just doesn't want to lose the full fort.
I think it
holding
makes
their ground.
sense. It seems to be working so far. They can kill this camp and then do their own, and they'll have top lane pressure.
Yep, but blue team, crucially, is going to be able to rotate out first, clear that mid lane, and get positioning on the shrine. Or at least they would, but they're kind of stalling.
I don't
They're
really know
wasting
what
time right
Rhaegar
now.
and Sonya are doing right there. They're just kind of running around in circles up there.
There's clearly some confusion. This could be a really nice moment for them to either pressure that bruiser camp, or just get so set up around the shrine that they just have superior positioning.
Yep, Sonya has to go top, so Red has priority on the shrine and a full Diva Bomb. You have to think that they're favored to win here.
Oh yeah, this shrine almost certainly has to be given up unless Brother Nature finds like a miracle. Ice
Sonya
Spike onto
left
the
top,
pusher.
coming in.
Okay.
Falling Sword out.
The back line. Hino
Leap
locked in
out.
place.
Sonya gets stunned by the Unstoppable.
Double
Bomb is
hit
down.
throw.
Sonya's running for her life. I think Ancestral came out on the Kel'Thuzad early, and Pyro.
No,
and
it
then
needed to come out or it's going to kill.
Tychus
Oh, but Tychus goes
down. Kel'Thas goes down as well.
Unless Kel'Thuzad finds a counter kill here, there's no way that they're taking back the fight, I think. Actually, Kel'Thas is down maybe.
Yeah, it is 1-for-1. Both teams
It's
are
23 to
relatively
20.
low. Blue team.
Shrines are relatively
Kel'Thuzad chain misses, but
Can they still die?
oh, the light bomb. Anduin just in there.
Double Blizzard. Big sun on
Cassia
stun.
killing everything there. Johanna goes out to try to run away, gets a nice subdue on them and walks out, saving the Rhaegar and herself. This looks like it's going over to the side of Dreambeam, and crucially, some wall damage here on top.
Yeah, I
Sonya
think
did
the
not
moment
clear that.
the moment that second chain didn't land and Cassie gets out of the Kel'Thuzad combo, they got to back off. They can't keep running in there and committing, but they just already blew out their cooldowns, kept running at the enemy team, got punched. And you're right, that top lane is a problem. Tyke is still forced to respond to it as the Frozen Punisher hummels away at the bottom fort, sets its sights on the keep.
Yeah. If they can save most of the keep here, it's not a disaster, but I think they get wall minimum. And probably
Yeah,
a
I
good
would
amount
think.
of the keep with this.
Azrael's got to bait it.
Kael'thas is late. Sonya also rotating, kind of deciding on whether she clears mid. They got a nice jump on it, so the damage to the keep is pretty minimal, it seems. Looks like red team is going to back out.
Yeah, maybe they could have stayed around and poked for a second while this frozen fort is still disabled, but they take the easy path of just, let's get out of here, not risk anything, get level 20s first.
Yeah, so definitely not a good series of events for Rise and Grind, but all things considered, they're only behind one fort, and they just need to get to level 20 before this next objective.
Yeah, both teams are certainly going to have level 20 for the next objective. It's a question right now of whether the red team can use their early 20 advantage and maybe force down mid fort. I think that would be the big story here with objective coming up in the mid lane.
They're pushing even without 20. They're looking for it.
Yeah, they're just poking with Sonya in the off lane. She is coming down. She might have a leap opportunity if they get a fight before 20. Maybe it would be interesting. Yeah, look at Last Dispatch.
Sonya
Coming from the
spears in.
side. Doesn't commit, though.
They save the fort for now. Bottom lane pressure needs to be dealt with. Sonya looks like she's walking that way. Starting this camp is incredibly risky in my opinion.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. It's not looking great for their chances of keeping it. And it gets stolen away.
Yeah, that was a very good decision to get off camp once they started it. I think red team is going to rotate around and get mid, and I don't think blue team... Well, I guess looks they don't want it. They're getting the wave
They
first.
really want the minion wave first, I guess. Not sure it's necessary.
Yeah, I think blue team has kind of conceded this, which is really big because this eliminates the tap for
Yeah.
Rise and Grind in the next fight. And also,
No tap.
obviously, if Dream Beam wins it, then they'll have less to go through with the Punisher.
Also, just the minions pushing up. You have less vision. If it's forced onto the other side of the map, it's harder for them to walk through the bushes just to reach the objective safely in the first place. Less angles where they can be coming from without a vision. Coming
Yep.
from out of vision.
Dream Beam holding their camp.
Yeah, I like this.
I like it as well.
Pressuring the top keep at the same time this objective is pretty much forcing the blue team into a situation where they gotta uncomfortably force a fight or accept massive damages to their
Took it a
offense.
little early. I would have waited about 10 more seconds. Maybe not actually, because it's going all the way to the keep. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not super
I think it's
informed
okay.
on what the exact timing is, but
Usually it's about 15 seconds, but that's for forts. I don't know if maybe you take it a bit earlier for keep.
I do think either way the blue team can kind of just walk up here. If Joe scouts
Yeah.
out any rotation.
Oh,
in.
they're looking for a keep
Oh.
or keep wall or really pushing mid here. This is interesting.
Yeah.
I think I like it because I mean
Yeah, the blue team's all showing top. There's no reason not to.
they get the wall for free, but they don't
It
get a head
doesn't mean the
start.
shrine's less free.
Yeah,
The
they don't
shrine's
get a
less free
head
as a result.
start
That's the downside.
on the shrine. So interesting move. It's definitely a risky gamble that could pay off if they get the protector
Both teams posturing.
or the shrine. The the protector, not the protector.
Yeah. No ults being fired off yet. May could look for an ice wall any moment now. Would seal off the back entrance of the fight would be really nice.
Yep. Oops, I zoomed in.
All good.
Ice wall comes out and misses.
Yeah, it splits up the enemy team, but it doesn't really give them any opportunities to go into anybody. Cassia goes in, just walks away after the protected ends. Both sides just evenly trading on objective. It's 20 to 20. Someone's
Yep.
gonna have to make a move soon, and I think it's got to be the blue team.
I agree with that. Tychus getting some damage there. Ancestral coming out on the KT's. Oh, Pyro hits,
Whoa.
and he is 1 health.
It's crazy.
Johanna coming down a little late on the falling sword. May have been on cooldown.
Shrine
Blue
going
team.
over to the red team. I think this might be
Oh.
game.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Anduin Light Bomb connects. I think that's Sonya in the middle of their whole team, about to get jumped
Yeah.
on by the Punisher. Leaps out. Leap was back up. Interesting. If they can survive, which is a big if, maybe they can def. Johanna does not have
Aswell
trade.
is taking huge
Oh,
damage. here.
Rhaegar just gets... And Johanna goes down. Rhaegar coming out of the ice wall, gets comboed by May, gets stunned by John Cena.
Yeah, Skev.
Can they
Taking
bait
a
it
bit
to
of damage
bottom
there, but-
keep? Doesn't look like
I mean, yeah, Anduin's just going to keep everyone healthy. Their Punisher's healthy. It's hard for Eris to walk up to this without Odin and just auto-tack down the Punisher. Rhaegar goes, and that's going to be a 2-0 for our series here, I think.
It's looking like it. Yeah, I don't see, unless Kel'Thuzad kills everybody, but even then I don't think he clears.
Yeah, I know, the Punisher's too much at this point.
Tychus goes down, Kel'Thas goes down for KDA Gamers, and that is it. A win for Dream Beam in game number 2, taking the series 2-0. Well played.
GG. I really liked the Keenal Cassia that game. They were just not getting CC'd by like anything, and he just walked over everybody. Just kind of played with no fear and got away with it. Ends up with 0 deaths, top damage, top kills. So really nice performance by the Quinoa.
Yeah, six kills and 58k damage. Definitely really good. Kel'Thuzad dying 4 times, so I think you were right about the pressure that could be put onto him.
I wasn't
Um,
even thinking about Pyroblast this game, but it ended up being a problem. Forced Ancestral every time.
yeah, they
Uh,
don't really have any spell armor. I mean,
it
Johanna
looked like
20
May
for
and
the
Diva were just
healing.
able to run at him, and he wasn't getting like just enough space to be able to run away. Like maybe he would get a cleanse, but it just wasn't enough usually.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, a well fought battle. Let's go to the talents here as well.
Are you doing an interview?
Yeah, I'd love to do an interview. We'll see if we can grab one
All
for
right.
the teams in a sec here.
If we do get an interview and anyone in chat has any questions for the Dream Beam team, which I can't figure out which words are in it and which words aren't. I've given up. If anyone has questions, feel free to post them in chat, and I can try and field them.
Very cool. Yeah, so it looks like Dream uh,
Dream Beam.
Dream Beam is going to have an interview. So let's hop back over into the coin toss lobby. So we'll meet them there.
Okay, I'll find my way. You just pick. There we go.
Alrighty. Now we await the winners to come in and talk about this match. So,
A group interview.
oh, I don't know. I assume they'll send one. But
Okay.
it's a solid 2-0 victory from Dream Beam. I felt like there were moments in both games where I really liked how Rise and Grind was playing, but it seemed like there was just a lot of lapses of synergies of playing together a few times, and uh, definitely think that the Johanna ultimate could have been played a little bit more defensively in both games. What were your take on the key takeaways for the win here?
One of my takeaways is that we have Bluestein here in the lobby. Welcome, Bluestein, for
Oh,
the
all
interview.
right. Well, we can hear from the winners themselves. Well, welcome, Blues team. Really appreciate you joining. Congratulations on the win. A nice, solid 2-0 victory, and it's a big one for you guys fighting for playoff positioning. I'll start by saying, yeah, what was your strategy going into it? Did you scout the team at all? Did some of your drafts kind of get constructed based on what you thought the enemy team might do?
Um, yeah, a little bit. Like obviously we do just not a crazy amount of research, but a bit, and it did seem like they had a couple comfort picks overall that ultimately when you haven't played a team before and you don't have too much to go on, that's like the easiest starting point. So we did focus a little bit there, and then yeah, just yes, we noticed that some of the heroes that we had we had comfort with aligned with who they played. So we just kind of, tried to pick a little strategically while keeping our synergies in mind at the same time, and it happened to work out.
Very nice.
Bluestein.
Yeah, go
Oh,
for it,
sorry.
Michael. No. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just gonna say, why don't you ask the next one?
yeah. Bluestein. I recognize you and Mr. Quinoa from way back in the day on Bancho.
Oh yeah, there you go.
How did this team happen? I'm not sure if the rest of the names, if there's any other Banchoers.
Oh yeah, it's like essentially the entire team is still
It is the
Banjo.
entire team.
Yeah, we
Is
just have
Resto Joe
one new
Bancho?
guy. Resto Joe's the only new
That's
guy.
the new guy. Okay.
Yeah, this is his first competitive season. So
So you're
uh,
like a legacy team. You've been around forever.
yeah, we just
Pretty
took a
much at this
year
point.
off. Yeah, just kind of resetted. I think we
Yeah.
took two seasons off, and then just decided to kind of rebrand and get back into it. So
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. So is it in this season? You guys are feeling good about the comeback? Banjo season with the new name, the Dream Beam team?
Yeah, I think we started a little bit slow. We had a couple tough matches really early on, and I don't know if it was just trying to get back in the swing of things, but we weren't fully prepared for, even though it's not fully serious, there's still like a next level. I think you got to get yourself to play in these kinds of matches, and we just weren't there at the start. But things have been coming together the last couple weeks, so yeah, I mean, you want to hit your stride right before the playoffs, so.
Oh yeah.
Knock on wood, we get in there, but if we do, I think we're playing a pretty good game right now.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear the momentum's going in your favor. You got anything, Duke?
Yeah, would love to hear a little bit more about you guys opting for map pick in the second game, and I think you were forced into it first game. Is that a strategy you guys generally pick? Are there certain maps that you like to play more, or do you like to counter pick the last pick against the enemy team?
Well, I guess in this scenario anyway, they ended up going with first pick bowl time, so we were kind of forced into a bowl
Oh,
time.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot that they chose first pick afterward. Yeah,
But
okay.
you, no, still like you are right though. Like it depends on, I guess, based on our scouting, like what maps we see they like to play. If they kind of align with what we have, we definitely don't mind taking a gamble there, um, and letting them take first pick, and then just kind of, especially if we have a decent idea of like what hero they might go, and it's not really something that either affects us in the draft, or we feel like, hey, that's the type of hero that we can play a pretty good game against, then yeah, ultimately like there's definitely been strategic times we'll let them go with first pick, get a map we like, and then feel like we're better off getting 2 picks in a row than prioritizing one hero that we don't think that they might take regardless.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Um, so Bluestein, any shout outs you want to give or anything you want to say to all the fans in chat?
Yeah, just shout out. We had a couple guys who watched today. Our roster's a little bigger than just the 5 of us, so thanks for tuning in and supporting the team. Always appreciate that. Thanks to you guys for casting as always. Thanks, NyQuil, for remembering our origin story. It's always good to know that there's even the smallest mark where someone remembers you. So that felt good. I appreciate that.
Heroes Lounge forever.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks for playing, and congratulations on the win. Really well deserved, and good luck in the playoff race.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, and thanks to everyone in chat for tuning in. This is my very first stream on Twitch and very first time casting NGS. If you did enjoy tonight's stream, please give a follow to my account and a subscribe if you dandy, if you fancy. But I would love to continue to do this for other divs, other teams. It was a lot of fun and love to give back to the NGS community. So really appreciate everybody taking the time to tune in to watch the match today. NyQuil, any parting words?
Play ARAM. It's good for the soul.
Also,
I have one more thing.
All right,
one more
go.
thing. After today, I'm officially retiring from casting Here's the Storm.
Yeah, that's what Tom Brady said.
That is what Tom Brady said, and that's what I'm saying. That's all I have to say about that.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Alrighty, well, definitely some ARAMs to be had. Maybe we can get an ARAM league up and coming in NGS soon, NyQuil. Maybe you can be the commissioner of the ARAM league if you're not
Look,
casting.
if NGS creates an ARAM league, mark my words, I'll abandon all of my real life responsibilities and become a full-time ARAMer. No questions asked. That's a NyQuil promise.
That is
I'll unretire forever.
Recorded on Twitch for all to hear. Famous last
Forever.
words.
It's on the internet.
That's right. Well,
thank you for having me
yeah.
for the co-cast. I had fun.
Well, I had fun as well. I thought it was a really interesting 2 matches. Unfortunately, it went 2-0, but Dream Beam played really well, so they deserve the win. Yeah, we'll be signing off tonight. Thanks everybody for watching, and hope everyone has a great evening.
Peace.